If you followed my stuff for very long, you know that I'm a big fan of the squat. I love front squats, back squats, overhead squats. I think squatting is a fundamental movement pattern we should all be doing on a regular basis. Whether it's my young athletes, my active adult population, or even geriatric population. A lot of people say they don't need to squat. I disagree with that. They have to get up and down off the toilet every day. We need to know how to squat and control our body weight. With that being said, we really just don't function that much in a symmetrical stance, right? So we tend to train the squat here. We don't spend time in sports or in life in a symmetrical stance very much. We also don't spend a lot of time in a lunge stance, right? So we think about this lunge position, this lunge stance. We just don't do this very often, even if we're playing basketball or football or whatever else, certainly not just walking around throughout our day. We tend to spend a lot of time in varying degrees here of this offset position. So I really do like training the offset squat. So with the offset squat, what we can do is we can drop heel toe in this width, we can go wider, we can go narrower, we can drop a little bit more, drop a little bit more, and we can play around with movement variability, which is so important because it really does best replicate how we function in life. So if I'm going to do this offset squat, we can use just about any load you want. I like to do it in a front loaded position, so I'm going to use a sandbag here, but we can also use kettlebells, we can use a barbell, whatever feels the most comfortable, whatever you have access to. But I'm going to set up here, and I'm going to start off with the heel toe. Now, one of the great things about an offset squat is it does allow me to work around any ankle restrictions that I have. So if I have an ankle dorsiflexion restriction, I can get around that pretty easily and still get a really good deep squat. So for a lot of my really tall athletes that struggle because of femur length, whatever else, to get a deep squat, this allows them to get down to those deeper depths of a squat. And I also like it because I'm loading one side at a time. I'm really trying to drive through this front heel, back toe. And I can vary it up, go to the other side. Again, I can take a lot of different foot positions with this. If I'm going kettlebells, I'm just gonna go front rack position. So I'll go here, front rack, offset squat there, drive into that front heel, back toe. Same thing, if I wanna use a barbell, I can go front rack. A lot of different tools to get this accomplished. But I really like this is a really good fundamental movement. I don't think enough people are using it. They get locked into lunging, squatting. Now I want to start to marry those up, meet in the middle, really going to replicate sports and life in general.